How do you structure an entity for doing a private money deal? What is happening, YouTube? It's Matt Fairclough. Thank you for watching. Happy Monday to you. If you're watching this on another day aside from Monday, happy that day to you. Whatever day it is, happy today. So today's question comes from Jason. Jason's got a question about setting up entities with regards to doing private equity partnerships. The question is really, you've got you over here. This could be Jason, could be you, whatever. And you've got perhaps your entity that you own some real estate in, and you're looking to raise private money partnerships, private equity, private whatever it is, to do new deals with. So the question is, how do you set up that entity structure? Well, here's what we got, Jason. If you were borrowing money, okay, and as straight as a loan, not equity, if you're just doing debt deals from people, then you don't need a new entity structure, because that entity that you have already can borrow the money from people, buy the property, pay to renovate it, pay to do whatever it's going to do, and then sell the property and pay the loan off or refinance it or whatever. There's no change in entity structure if you're borrowing the money. So if you're taking on debt, then there's no reason to change it. If you're taking on equity, then you've got to set up a new entity. Now, some people use a limited liability partnership, an LLP or an LP, where you have a GP, general partner, and a LP investor. We used to do that, but I've been raising my game on lawyers that I use, and the lawyer that I use now is very well paid, and he's very smart, and he does a lot of syndication stuff and everything like that, and he just uses a straight LLC. So you can use an LLC as long as the voting rights and control interests are set up properly, meaning that if you're the general partner of the operator of the deal provider, from my book, Raising Private, there it is, Raising Private Capital. There it is. Okay. If the deal provider is set up in that book, then you're the one that does the controlling of the deal, the day-to-day operation, so you should have the voting rights for the company, okay? Your investors actually are just members. They don't have voting interests. So there's a managing partner, and then there's just members. That's the way you can set up an LLC that way. Now, you can set it up ahead of time. I typically I'll find a deal, I'll put investors together, and then we'll buy the deal under the LLC. So I don't set up the LLC until I find the deal, and then I name the LLC, set it up, and then I pump investors into that are already interested in working with us, that already have pre-existing relationships before we form the company, okay? It's important to note that the company needs to be formed. You need to have met these people before you form the company. You can't form the company and then go find investors, because that's a solicitation and you don't have enough time to establish a pre-existing relationship. You have to have met the people, they've expressed interest in working with you, done the work to get them pre-qualified and vetted that they are good investors. A lot of that's in the book, so check that out. But they have to do all that before you form the entity. Once you form the entity, a line gets drawn, and you can't meet new investors to invest in your deal after the entity's been formed, if that makes sense. Okay. So that's that. So LLCs, the way to go. Just make sure you control the voting interest, and make sure that you're the managing member, and your investors just become members beyond that. You can get more complicated, but there's really no reason to do it. Jason also made a comment about when am I going to grow back my beard. Unfortunately, my wife does not like my beard too much. Keeps me nice and toasty warm in the winter time. We're going into the winter now, so you might see a beard on me. You probably won't, though, because my wife doesn't like it too much. So it makes it hard to smooch me with a beard on me. So hey, then that's very important to have from your wife. So probably no more beard. If you guys have Mentorship Monday questions, you want to email them to helpme@derosagroup.com. That is helpme@derosagroup.com. Send them in. I'll answer your question right here for you. And people like my friend Jason, who like to talk about my beard when I'm live on YouTube and stuff like that, and make me laugh when I'm live on Facebook and everything when I'm doing posts. Thank you, Jason. Good to hear from you. Thanks for your continued watching of the YouTube page, and thank you guys for watching. And have a great and profitable week.